Did you know that your success rate is not just dependent on the skills or talents that you're born with, but also your mindset? Best-selling author Carol Dweck's book, Mindset, deals with exactly this. This video is a part 2 of the Mindset Shift series that I've created for you all this January 2024. In case you missed the previous video, I'll either link it in the end screen or I'll leave the link to that video in the description. So do check it out, where I talk about mindset shift when it comes to money. Hit the notification bell so you get updated when the next part of this Mindset Shift series is published. Hi, I'm Suchetha, Shekhar, Mindset and Dating Coach. I create content on self-improvement, love, dating, relationships, overcoming limiting beliefs, heartbreaks, and so many other things which bothers us Gen Zs and millennials. And I create this content every single week on my YouTube and Instagram. So if this kind of content interests you, then do consider subscribing to my socials and give me a follow too. With that being said, let's jump straight into the video. Before we dive right into understanding what growth mindset is all about, we first need to figure out and try to wrap our head around what fixed mindset is, which is actually the downfall. According to Carol Dweck, the author and psychologist of best-selling book Mindset, she explains in this book that people who have a fixed mindset tend to believe that every individual is born with a set of skills and talents. So anything beyond these set of skills and talents, if they require to succeed in life, then they are not going to be able to do that. Why? Because they strongly believe that acquiring new skills is not possible. This belief system is extremely limiting and it actually is an obstacle in your way, isn't it? Let's understand some of the major differences between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset according to this book. People with a growth mindset tend to have a more process-oriented approach, whereas people with a fixed mindset tend to have a very outcome-oriented approach. And they lean heavily and they really value positive outcome. Why? Because their sense of self-worth, their sense of identity, and everything is connected to how successful they are going to be. They cannot handle making mistakes. Any mistake, they look at themselves as less than, and these mistakes directly trigger their insecurities. Whereas people with the growth mindset tend to look at mistakes as an opportunity for growth and learning, and this excites them. So for them, journey is way more important and exciting and fun than the destination itself. People with growth mindset strongly believe in the philosophy where there is a will, there is a way. Meaning, regardless of what set of skills or talents you're born with, regardless of your inherent nature, you can nurture your mind, nature versus nurture. You can nurture your mind into becoming a better version of yourself in a way that it will serve the purpose of a future task. In this book, Carol Dweck also shared her experience during her early days as a psychologist about a high school in Chicago, where whenever a student doesn't graduate because of certain courses not passing, they would never grade them as an F, which is fail. Instead, they would be graded as not yet. Fantastic, isn't it? Why? Because the child now, or the student, is going to be inclined towards, okay, not yet, it is not my time yet. So they are going to get into problem solving mode and they'll know that this is part of the learning process. And this puts them in a much better headspace and sets them up for a better performance in their life. In case you can't get your hands on the book Mindset, then I would highly recommend that you check out this TED Talk by Carol Dweck. I'll leave the link to the TED Talk in the description, where she wonderfully explains the usage of a simple 3-letter word, yet, and the impact it has on growth mindset. In one of the interviews, Carol Dweck also mentioned that our fixed mindset shows up when we are feeling most vulnerable, when we face criticism, when we experience setbacks and failure, or when we are in the same room as those people whom we consider to be far more successful than we are. So what to do in this case? Step 1, listen to the fixed mindset voice and figure out what situations actually trigger you. Then step 2, now say to this voice, yes, it happened, we've experienced a setback, and no, we are not going to let this hold us back. We are going to actually step out of our comfort zone and we are going to go ahead and make it happen. Because a setback is a part of natural learning. So the more and more we try, the more we are going to be comfortable with the idea of trying, regardless of giving too much weightage of how successful we are going to be or not, because mistakes are a part of learning. And you're also going to say, yes, that person is more successful than me right now. So what are they doing differently that they're so far ahead of the curve? And then I'm going to learn from them. Here's a growth mindset hack. The next time you catch yourself thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, I'm never going to be successful at this, catch the thought, pause for a second and challenge it. Replace every I can't statement with, how about I try this? Another way of changing your fixed mindset into a growth mindset is by adding the phrase not yet. Remember the TED Talk I was referring to earlier? They talk about this technique over there as well. So every time you have a limiting belief, adding the words not yet to the end of the sentence will actually give you that much needed boost to go ahead. Example, if someone asks you, have you accomplished dash that you were saying you would by the time you're 40? Instead of saying, no, I've not been able to do that, and getting into a monologue into the number of reasons why you didn't succeed, just say, not yet, because dash, I'm upskilling myself, I'm saving up to go on that world trip, whatever your heart fancies. Because every time you say not yet, there is room for possibility, there is room for improvement, there is room for growth mindset. If these hacks have resonated with you, leave me a smiley in the comment section and like this video as well. So I hope through this video you're able to identify the differences between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, and how opting for a growth mindset and favoring this actually benefits you in the long run. Do let me know in the comment section how you found this video and what other growth mindset hacks do you personally know. Share it in the comment section, because I'm trying to create a community where we can share best practices and help one another grow. On that note, this is Suchetha Shekhar signing off. Take care. Bye.